pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You're good with that, Jim? Okay. Hi, good evening, everybody. Is anyone here for public participation? No one was signed up. With all the people here, I can't believe nobody wants to speak. Okay. We shall move on. Report of the chairman. I'm sorry, but I don't have a report tonight. I know, you're very upset. We'll move on to the consent agenda. Does anyone have any question on the minutes? Hearing none, I'll move on to the warrants. Does anyone have any questions for Ron on the warrants? Dennis?
On the warrant S11-422, the line item 137092, basically 200,000. Transportation. Yeah.
That's our 10.
Quarterly? Okay, that's all right.
It gets paid once a month.
Once a month.
Regular
All
education.
right. Then I have another one, sorry. The other one's tuition on same March, right?
Is that adult ed?
Valley Regional, City of Shelton, 76,000.
It's for our partnership with Alan, help me with the full name. Valley Regional Adult Education.
Yeah. Okay. So expected.
We're in a consortium of towns that pay into it. That way, we don't have to run our own program, which costs a lot of money.
All right. So not unexpected based on our mix.
That's a
right?
yearly
Yeah,
expense.
it's a yearly thing.
Same with Constellation, school-based therapy,
Special ed.
especially at 44K. Well, okay. Thanks.
Anyone else on the warrants? Okay, Joe, you want to tell us about our retirement?
Yep, I'd just like to congratulate Dawn Parmalee and wish her the best of luck as she moves on. Dawn has spent her entire career at Stepney Elementary teaching 4th and 5th grade, currently a 5th grade teacher there now. So next in our line, I don't know what that brings our number to now, but more than I had anticipated for this year. We still have a little time, 10 certified retirees.
Either 9 or 10.
It's up there.
Yeah.
Okay, we wish her luck. Any other questions? No? Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented? Jerry, seconded by Dennis. Any discussion? None? All in favor? Aye, unanimous. Thank you very much. We'll move on to the reports of the committees, and we will start with our student representatives. You're missing one. Go right ahead.
Okay. Good evening, Board of Ed. We hope you're having a marvelous Monday. Focusing on sports, girls swim and dive wrapped up their season with a strong ending. Eva Helmke competed in the Open Championships at Yale, Kate Whitnauer broke the 11 dive pool record, and many other girls placed during states and made All-State. Robotics had a great day competing the other weekend at Daniel Hand, finishing with 9 teams in the top 25, and Team 447E was awarded the Excellence Award for having the tournament's overall best robot of the day. Last but not least, we're all very excited for this year's rivalry Thanksgiving Eve football game. The boys have worked hard all season, and we know they'll play hard. Cheer and dance team have routines ready to perform one last time, as it's all 3 teams' senior night. It's bittersweet, but no matter what happens, it was all in all a great season for everyone.
Congratulations to Superintendent Students of the Month, seniors Gabby Pena and Bichu Sivaraju. Another congratulations to Monroe Rotary Student of the Month, Karina Gentry, who was honored for her dedication to community service. Massac also had a successful performance of The Wizard of Oz this past weekend, and last week the Wingman Pie Eating Contest and the Student Government Food Drive were a success. Sorry. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Did either of you guys have a chance to pie, either Mr. Swenson or Mr. Wall?
No, didn't,
No?
fortunately.
I saw the video. They got it pretty good.
You got it pretty hard.
Wow. I think we need a video.
Well, we have it. I have it.
All right, so send that to us. All good fun. Any board members have any committee reports? at all? No? Wow, okay. We'll move on to the report of the superintendent. Joe?
Sure. Ron, you want to start with the?
Sure. Does anyone have any questions off the bat? No. Okay, so one thing I did want to mention on the, it was brought up at the Board of Finance meeting, so I thought I'd mention it here. It's object 755610, it's shown a negative 705,000, and that's the result of no excess cost funds being collected yet, so, which is accounting for almost 600,000 of that deficit. So, just wanted to note that. Everything else, you know, I mean, heating season's starting, so we'll be tracking utilities. I'm sure it's going to be, you know, we've got the contingency that the Board of Finance had set up last year, so we'll have that to fall back on. Joe's going to discuss electric in a few minutes, but that's pretty much it. If anyone doesn't have any questions. The second thing on the agenda is the transfer that Jen had mentioned last meeting regarding the special education, some accounts there, trying to basically just transferring funds we know are available to accounts that we know we're gonna, it's not covering all of our transportation deficit, but it's backbone. Does anyone have any questions on the budget?
Any questions for Ron at all?
Ron's gonna head over to town council now, so we have for some reason the meeting's lined up today, but just to keep everyone apprised of why Ron's going, part of the reason why Ron's going there, and part of the conversations that took place at the Board of Finance meeting Thursday night is in regards to utility rates. So, as you know, utility rates, like so many other things, are, you know, increasing pretty significantly. The town is looking to lock into electricity rates that would remain in effect through December 2025. So this would have the effect of increasing our rates this year from about, we're rough numbers here, about 7.25 cents per kilowatt hour to roughly 11.5 cents per kilowatt hour for the remainder of this year, but then locking those rates in through December 2025. So giving us some stability in these out years, paying a little bit of a hit this year. But I think Ron just alluded to the fact of using some of the Board of Finance contingency to help offset those overages that we would experience this year from the increase from 7.25 to 11.5 or so. So I think the Board of Finance is prepared to use that contingency on both the town side and the Board of Ed side. So the town council will be voting on that tonight, and we would like to follow the town's lead on that. Obviously, any contracts that we're going to do will get reviewed by the town's attorney beforehand.
You know, one comment on that. I know I was an hour late for that meeting, by the way. But given that fact, is there any way when we do our facility planning, we can look back at solar?
Yes, I think we can that could be part of the conversation. I know part of the concern for solar, I know when I was principal here, was we redid the roof, and they had talked about that, and they had said that if you did it, it would nullify the warranty on the sections that they had just redone. But there's been changes, so.
When you said that, I remembered that, yeah.
Yeah. And we did this roof, Stepney's roof, I think all of Fun Hollow's roof, and a good section of Stepney's roof all at the same time.
But Dennis, I agree, we should look at
Yeah.
those. We should explore those.
Crazy
What
not
that warranty cost would be, maybe we can have it offset by
Versus, yeah,
the power.
yeah, right, the power gain.
Yep.
Any questions for Joe or Ron? No?
Is that contingency just for, is both oil and, or not oil, but energy use across the board?
Yeah, so I don't know if you recall, but some of the surplus we actually prepaid some fuel with. So that'll help us with the diesel. Having said that, there is contingency there for both the town and Board of Ed for buses and plow trucks if needed. Because neither side is locked in for diesel right now. Now, we're looking to potentially lock in there too. I mean, prices have pulled back a little bit, but they're still on the high side of historical. And obviously, there's a lot of variables there.
Yeah. The diesel cost extends out throughout our buses, correct? Not our buses, but we pay for the fuel or the diesel
pay for
for
the fuel.
Yes.
the buses.
I
that
think
we-
there's a cap on that though, wasn't it?
I thought there was a gallon cap when we,
Right.
Yeah,
but I don't think, there's obviously not a price cap.
yeah. And I don't think we've ever come close to that. And we're not, quite frankly, we're not going to come close to it this year because unfortunately with the shortage in bus drivers, we're not doing a lot of charters with All-Star, which is hurting us. You know, athletics, you know, basically we're paying a premium to use some of these other companies rather than All-Star. But All-Star has, you know, enough drivers. We've been fortunate. We just had, I think, the first one a little over a week ago where we couldn't get buses, you know, we couldn't do all the bus runs in the morning. That was the first time that happened this year. But, you know, they've been able to do that. I know at times both the manager and the assistant manager have gone out and driven, but still trying to generate, you know, some bus drivers so, you know, we can do those runs in-house rather than, you know, going out to other vendors because those vendors know they have us, you know, and they have everybody. I mean, it's not it's not something we're experiencing by ourselves by any means.
John Batista's in Florida.
He has his bus license.
Any other questions for Joe or Ron? No? Okay, thank you.
That's what.
Good luck over there, Ron. All right, we will move to unfinished business, curriculum, first review, Spanish 1.
That's actually an error. That should be second review. I'm sorry.
Yep.
That's, okay, that's what we
Yeah.
heard last meeting.
Yeah. That was, yeah. So
This is second review
This
'cause
should
we're
be a vote.
voting
This
on
should be
it.
a vote. Yeah. This should
Sorry.
be a vote. Sorry.
Yep, second review. That's what Steve spoke to us about, right?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
says
Motion to
curriculum
approve.
second review
Yeah.
down below.
Yeah.
Are you under unfinished
Terry,
business?
it was a Scribner's error. Terry fixed it today, but you made it printed it before.
I did.
Oh,
I did.
Yeah.
Dave,
Yeah.
you want a
Okay.
motion to approve?
Okay, so any questions from the board on the materials, Spanish 1 materials that Steve presented to us?
Yes.
Any questions on anything? No? Okay, can I have a motion to approve the Spanish 1 materials as presented to the board at the last board meeting? Shannon, do I have a second? Christine, any discussion? None at all? All in favor? Aye, unanimous. Thank you very much. We'll move to new business, approval of the budget transfer. Do I have a motion to approve the budget transfer as presented at tonight's board meeting? We have a motion, Jerry, seconded by Dennis. Any discussion on that? No, we already talked about it. All in favor? Aye, unanimous. Thank you very much. Now we'll go to a first review curriculum, AP US History. I'll slide over, Joe.
Jim, just let me know.
Good evening. I'm Jamie Sherry, and I'm the instructional leader for social studies. And I'm here tonight to propose a new resource for our AP US History curriculum. Our AP US History course currently uses a textbook called Out of Many. That's actually no longer in print and also is about 20 years old. And so AP US History actually went through a course revision in 2015 from the College Board, and the College Board sets the curriculum for all the course of AP US History. And so our textbook no longer is giving students the best preparation for that course. And so I'm asking for a modern, updated textbook. And between the teachers, and we actually pulled some students into a kind of focus group to see which textbook would be best. This is the book that they chose. Both the teachers and the students liked this book the best. And it's Eric Foner's a popular history textbook author. And I'm passing around the textbook. And this book is AP approved and also comes with advanced placement resources for teachers. So this will help them to prepare students by giving them the types of questions that they're going to see on the AP test. So in the revision in 2015, the AP added a lot more questions that have charts, graphs, and pictures and excerpts of documents before the multiple choice question. And so this resource will help students to get exposed to those types of questions before they take the actual AP test in May. And so that's why we're asking for 100 of these. Right now we have about 70 students enrolled in AP US History, but we've had as many as 4 sections in previous years. And then the budget request would be $8,086. And that's for 100 textbooks, and they include all the teacher materials as well.
That'd be for next year.
It would be for next year, yes. We want to budget.
budget this.
Correct, it would be budgeted for next year, yes.
I joked with Jamie and other people, like, the last book is like 20 years old, so it ends with like, and there's trouble brewing in the Middle East.
I think we need to update it.
Right.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. Any questions at all? Can't beat that.
All right.
Go quick.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jamie.
Okay, so we will vote on that next meeting. Item number C, I'll make myself a note, is the ratification of the teacher's contract for July 1, 2023 to June 30th, 2026. Do I have a motion to ratify the teacher's contract, July 1, 2023 to June 30th, 2026, as presented? Chrissy? Seconded, nope, sorry, seconded by Alan? Nope, Jerry, you're Jerry. All right. Any discussion? Sorry about that.
I know Sue and Ralph are here. I just want to thank them.
I want to, yeah.
As, you know, I thought it was a very productive negotiations, very amicable. Talked a lot about, you know, a lot of different issues and concerns on both ends, and I think that's, you know, the purpose of negotiations, is to be able to address those things, and I appreciate the relationship with both those folks.
I also, Sue and Ralph, thank you very much in your committee and the MEA. I enjoyed the back and forth. Last time only the lawyers spoke, and I enjoyed this because we were able to speak across the table and understand our concerns. We were able to understand your concerns and ask questions back and forth, and that made it such more meaningful to understand points, and even for those things that we might have differed on, we're not going to forget that stuff, and you'll see, you know, we're going to focus on some of the capital planning and things like that. So we're going to try. We're going to take it beyond the table. But I did enjoy it. It was much better than last time. So thank you. I know it's not always easy. Any further discussion on that? Oh, I also want to thank everybody, the committee, MEA, our committee as well. Thank you very much for your time. What was nice is we didn't go to 3:45 in the morning. So. Any discussion on that at all? That will become public after we vote on it, right? Or after town council?
We'll submit it to the town clerk's office.
Okay.
Yep.
And you meant that because it was a school night, 3:48 in the morning, so.
Yes, yeah, it was a school night. We did that on purpose. All right, without further discussion, all in favor? Aye, everybody's unanimous. Thank you very much. Okay, we shall move on to the ratification of the maintenance and security contract. Do I have a motion to ratify the maintenance and security contract from July 1, 22 to June 30th, 2025 as presented? I see Christine making the motion and Shannon making the second. Any discussion on this? Joe? Again, very great dealing with them.
Absolutely. Once again, you know, the custodians had come to us 2 years ago when we had some really difficult financial issues going on, and they really stepped up and you know, took some concessions to work with us and help us out during that difficult time, and they were great to work with once again.
We're lucky that we have a good rapport with all of our unions. So again, thank you. Dennis?
I think that's the one comment. The amount of diligence that was put into this process was amazing. The statistics that were brought out and the data that was presented, I think it made it easy for both sides to understand exactly what was going on. So kudos to everybody here who worked so hard on it. So
Yeah.
thank you.
Yep. Any further discussion on the custodian security contract? No? Okay, all in favor? Aye, it's unanimous again. Thank you very much, everybody. Mr. Stevens?
Is this the shortest
Hold on a
meeting?
second.
Is this the shortest Board of Ed meeting in
20 minutes, we're getting there.
No, let's keep going so Jerry doesn't.
Let's keep going. La, 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 la.
Mr. Chair, motion to adjourn.
Motion by Jerry to adjourn, a second by Christine,
Be careful.
Happy
any
Thanksgiving.
discussion? Enjoy your holiday. All in favor?
Happy Thanksgiving.
Unanimous. Good night, everybody.